Hubris, the act of a mortal being displaying excessive pride before the gods. This was a great sin to the ancient Greeks. For those who committed this sin, the remorseless one would surely come to exact justice in the name of the gods. A being of revenge and retribution, Nemesis. Hello everyone, I hope that you're enjoying your day, and in this video we'll be covering Nemesis, what she did, who she was, and her relationship. Nemesis is the daughter of Nox and Iberus, but some myths say that she was the daughter of the primordial god Oceanus. Nox had many children who presided over one thing or another, such as Hypnos, the sleep, or Thanatos, the death. Nemesis was no different in this aspect, and was the retribution. She was a pretty dark god in the sense that most of her mythological tales see her act as an all-powerful judge, condemning those who tempt her wrath into a realm of torment, pain, and almost always death. Narcissus is a famous example that seems to pop up everywhere you look on this topic. He was a pretty hunter and son of the river god Cepheus. Narcissus was so beautiful that many women, and even men, fell head over heels in love with, but rather than acknowledging their love, he shunned their affections. It was so bad that he even turned away the advances of a nymph, who were said to be excessively beautiful creatures. Echo was this nymph's name, and she followed Narcissus around whilst he was hunting in her shyness, as she didn't quite have the confidence to approach him up front initially. Narcissus, despite whatever else you might want to call him, did have pretty sharp senses, and eventually did find out that Echo was spying on him, and so she was forced to reveal herself. She did, throwing her entire body at him and hugging him instantly, but Narcissus wasn't interested and pushed her away, instructing her not to bother him. Echo was understandably very depressed about this, so much so that she roamed those forests for the rest of her life, alone, and when she finally faded, a part of her remained, the sound of an echo. Now Miss Retribution heard about this story and was none too pleased, and so our good friend Narcissus was lured toward a pool of water which showed off his glorious good side. Needless to say, he fell in love with his own reflection. For hours he remained there, poised at the spitting image of himself, amazed that such a creature could even exist in this ugly world. But like all good things, this time passed, and when he realized that this magnificent being was nothing more than his own reflection, he was thrust deeply into despair. Before you call karma, he killed himself because of this. Now, despite her great power, Nemesis ultimately worked for Zeus, the almighty sky god, and the sky god's wrath is about as well known as his lust. He eventually set his sights on Nemesis, who wasn't too keen on this idea. See, Nemesis saw Zeus as something of a father figure. To sleep with him would do a little more than just wound her pride, which she wanted to remain intact as well. So, she fled her position for days, but as far as she would go, Zeus would also follow, ever hungry. Nemesis transformed into a strong-finned fish, desperately rushing over the endless waves of the mighty sea through Oceanus' realm. She became many creatures in her attempts to thwart Zeus's campaign across livid and barren lands alike. In the end, Nemesis transformed into a goose, but Zeus transformed into a swan in response to this and caught up to her. She did not turn him away. Instead, she, with Zeus still a swan in her lap, fell asleep. By the time she awoke, Zeus had already left, and soon afterward a baby was born, Helena of Troy. Nemesis eventually mothered Helena, but not from the moment of her birth. That task was left to Leda, who received Helena after Hermes threw the baby onto her lap. Nemesis, with the great spirit of Tartarus, also gave birth to Telekynes, Actylus, Megalicius, Ormenus, and Lycos. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. I truly do hope that you enjoyed. If you did and feel like I've earned it, go ahead and leave the video a like. If you want to see more content just like this and you're not already subscribed, go ahead and do so. As for the next few gods, there's quite a lot to choose from. I'll be sure to pick one soon enough. So stay tuned on Tuesday for the next upload. Until then, again, thank you very much for watching. I've been Prime, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.